Well, today is World Cancer Day, so Jasmine Bingham looked into what a local cancer center is doing to support patients. Jasmine?
Yes, Jennifer, CARTI, a cancer center in Arkansas, spread hope today by raising funds for cancer patients through its Day of Hope initiative.
And it is amazing to watch someone from the beginning and to see them strengthen and grow in courage and resilience.
World Cancer Day is a day set aside to bring awareness to cancer along with prevention efforts, detection, and treatment. A 2024 report from the Arkansas Department of Health shows Union County alone saw 1,272 new cases of cancer. Dr. Wilder with CARTI says patients in Arkansas and Louisiana often have a financial need and can't afford treatments. So they hosted the statewide giving event to support patients in their mission to make cancer care accessible.
Certainly in our two states, financial needs are heavy. We are not, we have a lot of people who live just barely from penny to penny, and we have many families who don't have significant support. What we try to do is to not allow finances to be a stopping point for people. So we have a wonderful team of people who looks into grants and other types of payment modalities that maybe are not as straightforward as insurance.
Dr. Wilder says cancer treatment at CARTI goes beyond meeting medical needs. With CARTI, she says they walk side by side with patients and provide hope during the fight to overcome cancer.
We direct patients depending on what they are. We pretty much start with our patient navigators, and they then will go either to the financial realm or the transportation realm or the housing realm, whatever the patient needs. But they're not doing it in limbo or in silence or in solitude, but they're joined with us and we all come together. And, it's reciprocal. We always say that you're given to us too.
And being a part of CARTI's Day of Hope initiative is made easy. Visit our website for more information on how you can donate. Back to